Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Brian with Simple Man's Comics in collaboration with Comic Book Speculation and Investing. And in this video, guys, I'm going to talk to you guys about my picks for comics coming out this Wednesday, May 10th, 2017. First up this week, we have Action Comics number 979. This is part 1 to the Revenge story arc. Superman, Lois, and John return to their lives in Metropolis while Eradicator, Cyborg Superman, Metallo, and Mongul unite to destroy the Man of Steel. There's a regular cover for this by Clay Mann. There's also a 1-for-1 variant by Gary Frank. Next, we have All-Star Batman number 10. This is part 1 to the First Ally story arc. When the Dark Knight's taken down by a new enemy whose attacks he cannot counter, he uncovers a plot spanning generations whose mastermind might be one of his closest allies. There's a regular Raphael Albuquerque cover for this. There's a variant Raphael Albuquerque cover for this. There's also a variant Sebastian Fiamara cover for this as well. Bug the Adventures of Forager number 1. This is an all-new miniseries from the Young Animal DC imprint. There's a regular cover for this. There's a variant by James Harvey. But what I really like about this, and the only reason why I'm really showing this on the video, is there's also a 1-for-1 variant by Paul Pope. That would be the one I'd pick up. I don't expect too much from this comic, but I like Paul Pope, so I'm going to pick up that cover. Titans number 11. This is going to be part 1 to the Lazarus Contract. When Deathstroke discovers that Wally West's return holds the key to bringing his son back from the dead, he'll stop at nothing to do just that. There's a regular cover for this. There's also a 1-for-1 variant by Norm Rapman. Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures number 6. Months after the conclusion to their adventure, Batman and the Ninja Turtles discover the hidden threat is not passed, and now Gotham is in danger. There's a last-ditch effort, maybe the only thing that's going to save both worlds. I really like this comic. It's been a fun read. I've enjoyed every issue I've picked up so far. But what I want to bring up to your attention is the print run's not really high on these. It's been declining. Issue 4 is at like 24,000. Issue 3 is at 27,000. But there's a regular cover for this. There's also a subscription cover for this. But what I like is the 1 in 10 incentive cover by Sean Galloway. Because not only does it have Ninja Turtles on it, but it has Batgirl on it. And Batgirl's been getting a lot of hype lately, especially with the whole Joss Whedon and the making of the movie. But either way, it's a fun read. But if you can get that 1 in 10, it's fairly cheap. I would pick that up. Black Cloud number 2 from Image Comics. Issue number 1 came out and was an instant sellout. In fact, there's a second printing for issue number 1 coming out this week as well. But for issue number 2, there's 3 covers. All of them are by Greg Hinkle. There's a regular cover, there's a Spawn Month variant cover, and there's also a Spawn Month black and white variant cover for this. Cannibal number 5. This is one of my favorite series to read from Image right now. It's got a fantastic story. If you love the South, if you love cannibals, you definitely need to be reading this comic. The writing by Brian Buccellato and Jennifer Young has been fantastic, and the interior art by Matthias Bergera is wonderful as well. So I'm going to continue to pick this up this week. Green Valley number 8. I've been loving every issue of this. I believe this is the penultimate issue. It goes up to issue number 9. It reminds me of Game of Thrones meets Time Bandits meets Jurassic Park. Either way, it's a fantastic story. I'm picking this up this week as well. Regression number 1. This is a new series from Image this week. It's already garnered some major buzz. It's got a great writer in Cullen Bunn. It's by a guy named Adrian who has waking nightmares, and to cure him, he decides to go into some therapy. And then within this therapy, he realizes he sees horrific debauchery. And then when waking, he's more unsettled than he was before. And there's good reason why, because something has followed him back. There's a regular cover for this. There's a Spawn Month cover. And there's also a black and white Spawn Month cover as well. All covers are by Danny Luckert. All new Wolverine number 20. The race against time continues, and Wolverine's got a brand new suit, but she's the same claw-popping, sarcastic quip and efficient hero that we know and love. Now there's a regular Adam Kubert cover for this. There's an incentive Leonard Kirk variant for this, but there's also an incentive Helen Chen variant for it as well. I love the Helen Chen variant. In fact, I love it so much, I'm making it my pick of the week. Old Man Logan number 23. This is one of the few titles I actually enjoy reading for Marvel right now. It's going to ship with 3 different covers. There's a regular cover by Andrea Sorrentino. There's an incentive Greg Land Past Lives variant. There's also an incentive Bill Sienkiewicz variant. The one you want to get is the Bill Sienkiewicz variant. It's sold out a lot of places online, but he's got a following. A lot of people tend to like him. I think the cover's kind of so-so, but either way, if you want to get a copy of this, that's the cover to get. Just in time to cash in on the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 movie hype, Marvel relaunches Rocket Raccoon in his new series called Rocket Number 1. This title is going to ship with a bunch of different covers. There's a regular Mike Mayhew cover. There's a David Mack hip-hop cover. There's an Incentive Joe Jusko variant. There's an Incentive movie variant. There's an Incentive animation variant. There's also an Incentive Tim Bradstreet variant for this. Secret Warriors #1. This series ties into the Secret Empire crossover event. Captain America revealed he's an agent of Hydra. Agent Daisy Johnson, aka Quake, she wants no part of Hydra, so she's going to go underground and she's going to team up with Miss Marvel, Moon Girl and Evil Dinosaur, Karnak, and Inferno to set things right. This is going to be written by Matthew Rosenberg, who's also written Kingpin, Rocket Raccoon, and 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank. It's also going to ship with a bunch of different covers. There's a regular Tradd Moore cover. There's a Marco D'Afonso hip-hop cover. There's a David Nakayama variant cover. There's also an Incentive Robbie Rodriguez variant cover. Weapon X #3. The mysterious director of Weapon X program has chosen as the next target, and it's none other than Domino. Full Man Logan and Sabretooth barely survived attacks by Weapon X's new monsters. How's Domino going to fare? Without the help of an enhanced healing factor or adamantium skeleton, she's going to need a little luck. There's a regular cover for this. There's also an Incentive cover this by Dan Mora. X-Men Blue #3. X-Men Sentinels, they get along like a house on fire. That is until the X-Men meet a group of Sentinels that need their help. There's a regular Arthur Adams cover for this. There's also an Incentive Dan Mora variant. Misfit City #1. This is a new series from Boom Studios. It reminds me of Lumberjanes meets Goonies, especially after you read the synopsis, because it says nothing happened in Wilder's hometown since they filmed that Cult Kids adventure movie there in the 80s. But that's ancient history. Till one day, she and her friends come upon a centuries-old pirate map drawn by someone named Black Mary, find out there might be some real adventure in their tiny town after all. That reminds me of Goonies, and it's all female cast, so it reminds me of Lumberjanes as well. Keep in mind, there's 2 regular covers for this. There's an A cover and a B cover, and they're supposed to be shipping randomly. Hopefully your local comic book store will get both. But what I really like on this is there's a 1-for-1 Virgin movie poster variant for this, and it's a mock-up of the movie Goonies itself. That's what I'm going to pick up, and I'm looking forward to reading this comic. Mindbender #1. There's a new series from Scout Comics. It's about a guy named Alexander Oberman who at a young age created an explosion by mind tapping into an unknown power force. That explosion killed his parents, but he survived with minor burns. For 16 years, he didn't utter a solitary word or a voluntary movement of his own until now. Those that would use his destruction abilities have been waiting for his awakening, and now the wait is ended. The world will soon learn the true potential of mankind, but will Alex be a vanguard for the world, or will he be responsible for its annihilation? There's 3 different covers for this. There's a regular Federico De Luca variant. There's a Matthew Dow Smith variant. There's also an Incentive Phil Hester variant. The Phil Hester Incentive variant looks to be sold out at a lot of places online, but I'll give you guys a little hint. If you guys want to pick that up, go to scoutcomics.com. They have it there for their store. You can buy it. I don't know how many copies they have left, but if you want it, that's where I'd go to get it. So those are my picks for comics coming out this Wednesday, May 10th, 2017. As I always say, if there's titles I might have left out, please comment. Love to hear from you. If you guys enjoy this video, click that thumbs up button. Also, if you haven't, you want to see more of these videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. These come out weekly. Love every one of y'all. This has been Brian from Simple Man's Comics in collaboration with Comic Book Speculation and Investing. And I'll see you guys next week.